Hey guys, it's the Metal 5, and welcome to my Let's Play of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze! I did Returns quite some time ago, I think about 2 years ago, maybe, and I always had the intention of doing this game eventually, because I really like this game. The issue it's just that I just completely forgot that I intended to do this. So, since I'm now in sort of the trend of doing all the sequels I had intended to do long ago, but forgot about, let's get started with this. There's not really that much else for me to cover, really. It's gonna be a very similar format to what I did with Returns anyway. What killed the Kongs? The Ice Age! And just like in Returns fashion, we gotta bust our way out of something. And also in Returns fashion, there is a secret room back right where you start. It has a balloon, which, again, just like in Returns, it's an extra life. There's going to be a lot of Returns comparisons in the very early parts. I mean, it's a sequel, but still. There's an Easter egg here where it plays the title screen of Donkey Kong Country Returns if you bash on the ground, which, by the way, you hold down and press Y from the control scheme I have. I wanted to use the Weirmore Nunchuck like in Returns because that's what I'm most familiar with, but it couldn't work, so I'm having to use something else. Anyway, I honestly did not notice this detail until recently, but there is DK Island all the way off in the distance over there. Now it is covered in snow. And I swear the timing of this LP was purely coincidental. I didn't intend for this to start around near winter time. But anyway, again, just like it Returns, one of the collectibles in levels is puzzle pieces. I am aiming to go after all the collectibles in the levels, but I remember not having as good as a track record with puzzle pieces in this game, just because I'm pretty sure they have more puzzle pieces in levels more frequently. Because as you saw there's 9 in the first freaking level. These, I always thought these enemies look kind of like dodo birds. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be. They're very simple enemies. You just jump on them, or again, like in turns, if you use the attack button when running, you can roll, and that's very good for platforming. There was also some fish over there, which I forgot to mention. New mechanic in this game is that you can now swim, in which that little meter to the left of Donkey Kong's head turns into an air meter, and I'll explain what that meter does a little later when the game decides to actually cover it. Anyway, going down here this little platform, we get a bunch of bananas. Bananas get, of course, end up with 99. Bananas work just like coins in Mario games. You get 100, you get a life. Anyway, I remember that there is a puzzle piece over here, and I can demonstrate rolling as a... I was about to say I could demonstrate rolling as a way of platforming, but the game was having none of that, just like the Wii remotes. And... shit. Oh, there I got hit. This is a new mechanic. Press the trigger buttons, and then you can just pull on things. This kind of replaces the blowing, because honestly, I don't remember if blowing is even a thing in this game, because I kind of always forgot it was a feature in Returns. Anyway, there's another puzzle piece there. That's kind of a recurring thing. That is what I like to call a banana fairy, even though that's technically was a thing in Donkey Kong 64. They just make a trail of bananas, you gotta collect them in time, and you get a reward out of it. Anyway, I remember that up here there's a platform, there's me rolling there, and there's a puzzle piece in it. When I practiced this, that was the one puzzle piece I missed. And just like in Returns, once again, you pick up this barrel, and this one with the DD on it gives us Diddy, who, again, works exactly like how he did in Returns. His jetpack lets you hover in the air for a little bit. So avoid him, because I can obviously destroy this and get more bananas. Bananas. I'm going to do that a lot. It should be bananas, but the American pronunciation is going to corrupt my Fuck you! It's going to corrupt my language over and over again. Because it is kind of simpler to say that version. Okay, there's a heart there. And of course, again, like in Returns, once you have a partner with you, your health doubles. Anyway, when you're underwater, forgot to mention this before, press Y, does this little spin attack, and that's what you use to damage enemies. And there's this trampoline platform that, oddly enough, you have to pound on the ground to use. It doesn't just automatically, like, bounce up like you would expect. And over here, I need the O. How do I get this again? I think I might have an idea. There. And of course, I completely neglected the Kong letters as well, because again, I'm familiar with Returns at this point. Yes, that is the other collectible. We're gonna get all of them. And I remember they do this quite a bit. You gotta collect all these bananas before they disappear. It's sometimes a bit problematic depending on where they put them. I can kill these guys. These blue... Why am I getting hit by all the dodo birds? The blue dodo birds run towards you when they spot you. And pull this up. And we have become the Master Gardener. And of course, now we get over to the barrel cannons. The ones that just have an arrow on, you press A to fire them. This one I gotta time it just right to get the puzzle piece. And there's also, again, I forgot to acknowledge these banana coins. They are currency. The ones that have that sort of like explosion symbol on it are automatic. And there's one, well, technically two other types, but the last one's kind of a merge between two of them. When I get that life, I thought I missed it for a second. Head down here and crash into the Viking ship of the Snowmads. Yes, that is the official name of those Vikings, because puns. Throwing a partner barrel will restore all your health if you took damage. And one singular banana, of course. And here we get into the actual Snowmad enemies themselves. They are entirely composed of animals that are found in the Arctic and Antarctic. Mainly penguins as their little grunts. I know you can destroy all these boxes. I know we're coming up to a puzzle piece that's actually kind of tricky to get, but I want to destroy everything for these bananas. Probably just going to go after every single banana that I can see. Because, you know, it's the principle of the matter when you're playing as Donkey Kong. So anyway, this is where they take us to the one that's kind of tricky to get. You got all these pigs here, and they're going to throw bananas. You gotta get them all. They bounce about 3 times and they disappear. If you miss a single bunch, you do not get the puzzle piece. And I probably cocked up there because I was on the platform. get... No! Fuck me! Last one. I'm gonna have to get that one off screen. If I completely miss the location of a puzzle piece, I'll just get it off screen. I mean, I'll show it. But if that's the case where, like, you see what you have to do there and I just barely miss it, then I'll just get it off screen. That's what I mean. Anyway, this walrus guy, the first case of an enemy that takes multiple hits to kill, he takes 3. All these enemies do have official names, but I'm not very familiar with them. I believe the walruses are called Waldo or something like that. There was a penguin with a spear. He just charges towards you. This penguin is a helmet, so you can't kill him in one hit by jumping on him. But you can obviously pick him up once he's knocked over, or you can just jump on him from there and kill him. And I think you can roll from the side. But anyway, this is the other type of barrel. The ones that have skulls on them, they are the ones that you have to manually fire, but they get destroyed instantly afterwards. And we get to the first bonus room, which, again, like in Returns, get all the bananas in the time limit, and you get a puzzle piece. Which, I really like the music that they play in the bonus rooms in this game. It's like we're in the swinging 60s all of a sudden, and I missed one singular banana, of course. There. Now, we are getting close to the end of this level. Did I actually get the... Yeah, okay, I got it without even realizing. So come, my penguin friend. We should... Oh, wait a minute. This is where we get the tutorial on that meter to the right. That meter fills up when you click bananas. When it's full, you press L or R. And all of the enemies shall turn into balloons when you have a Diddy with you. That move, its official name is Kong-pow. Yes, again, I am serious. Anyway, head over here. And again, we shall start our fight back against the Snowmads by destroying all their ships. And that's the other type I technically meant. There are skull barrels that have the explosion thing on it where they're just automatic and they get destroyed. Anyway, go past the gold barrel, and you get what should have been the last puzzle piece. And again, just like in Returns, they have the exact same function. So try to get the DK, and no, I went too early there. Yeah, if you get the DK, then you can repeatedly press the attack button to sort of get multiple numbers of one of the other rewards. Wow, these loading screens are much longer than I remember them being. I don't have anything to say over them. Again, they're just like how they are in Return, just walking over a silhouette background. Okay, so for the next level, we're at 13 minutes. Oh, 14 minutes now. You know what? Yeah, we'll do it. This episode would be kind of short without it. So, this level, we're going to get into a lot more of the stuff that is unique about Tropical Freeze. Once it's done loading, I probably will cut out a lot of those in future unless I need to say something over them. Okay, so destroy this, and already a thing. Okay, already puzzle piece. I do try to make sure I know where the puzzle piece locations are first, and that was a watermelon bomb, and that was another type of penguin. He's got a traditional Viking helmet on. You cannot jump on him, otherwise it will hurt you. You have to roll into him to kill it, as I can demonstrate here. There. Head on, I'd say this level has more original stuff in it, and then starts off with something just like in Returns. Just like in Returns, the second level introduces the clinging mechanic. Just press the trigger buttons, and you will just cling on to stuff, as long as it has those vines there. And rip! That time it was understandable why I got hit there. Head over here. Now, we have a different type of barrel here. This barrel has DX on it. That is because when we throw this barrel, we now get Dixie, a new addition to this game. Dixie allows you to have a double jump. And I can't really show it off right now, but her Kong-pow move is also different. Instead, when you use Kong-pow of Dixie, all the enemies will turn into golden hearts. If you're not at full health, this will recover your empty hearts. But if you are at full health, it kind of acts like armor and gives you extra hit points. So if you have enough enemies, you can potentially end up with 8 hit points instead of the usual 4, which is very good. I honestly often forget that the Kong-pow moves are different between characters. In fact, I don't really rely on Kong-pow that much. Sometimes I just kind of forget it's there, so if I don't really use it that much, that's why, and you could scream at me all you want about it. Anyway, this kind of one, I like to get all the ones at the bottom first, and then just focus on the top ones. Dixie is amazing for this thing. Honestly, I think Dixie is kind of better than Diddy, just because I find her way more useful in so many more situations. Not that Diddy's bad, there are still some levels that I think he's actually quite good to use in, and sometimes I just like using them just for the nostalgia purposes of returns. Alright, then. Moving on, and I just remembered that this level also has something else unique about it, which means that I didn't mean to throw it, I'm never prepared for when it's a watermelon bomb. Okay, there. Aha! Another banana fairy. So, head on after it. There. And I get a big old banana bunch. There's another heart there. I don't think there's anything in the water. I guess they'll introduce what happens when you're swimming around the sharks, who I believe are officially called snappers, but don't quote me on that. They will actually swim towards you when you get close, and there was no way I could escape from that, so I am just going to get the hell out of here now. Thank you. And head over to, which I didn't even explain, that was the checkpoint. There are so many things that are going by so fast in this game. And then that was him just teaching you about rolling. But I don't need to know that. There's the other puzzle piece. Hopefully I can get them all this time. This fly thing, which... Well, I just lost Dixie because I got hit twice. So, there should be another barrel that gives her back. Yeah, remember this. You gotta get this guy and chuck him into this to get a puzzle piece. You have to chuck him into it. You cannot just have his body move over it. Luckily, you can go back and he will respawn in case you miss. And, Dixie is amazing for getting these little short mini games done, but I don't have her anymore. Where is she? I feel so naked without her now. And, these fish just swim around as well, so not much to worry about there. How am I supposed to get up now? Okay, there. It just naturally does it enough. And then, I want the banana bunch, okay? I'm sorry! There! And the shark does not notice me for some reason. Oh my god. If I'm gonna die on the second freaking level, I will be actually upset. At least there is an extra life out of it there for me. Okay then. Again, that's just teaching us about the attack thing, which I already knew about. I feel like you can just get that normally. There, we get Dixie back. And if you're at 1 health when you get the barrel, you're just instantly given 4 hearts. Straight from the get-go. Can I please get it? And of course, as you expect, bubbles recover your air. And there's the G. It's not even off the beaten path. Just there. And we already have 23 lives. We haven't even finished the second mission yet. Second level. Whatever. Okay. Okay, that works. I wanted to kill you. Okay, I think there is another puzzle piece around this area. Something like that. Yeah! I knew it. This sunfish enemy, which I don't recall ever appearing that much. You just gotta hit it 3 times in order to kill it. You need to do the little attack by the chest to open them as well. That's something I can sometimes instinctively forget because it doesn't exactly make much sense. Yeah, I just want more bananas. Okay, checkpoint, and let's see. Again, I'm getting the feeling that there is... Yes, I believe there is a... Yep! Now get the hell out of there! Then you got the grasshopper enemies before. This is where the important thing comes in. I'm going to do this later, though. For reasons you shall see later. And again, this one I find the easiest to sort of get, just because the way they move helps more easily collect them, even if you don't have Dixie. Okay, in there. Well, at the final stretch of the level. I know this is the final stretch of the level because of the other thing that I was just alluding to earlier. Get over here. Oh boy. There's the G. And And I believe the puzzle piece is just after this propeller. I think there's just bananas down there. But if I don't see the bananas, I don't care for them. And yes, you just hold down to duck, but I think that's kind of self-explanatory. I believe the last puzzle piece is in that flower over there. Or not. Oh god. Let me check. I cannot find it. I could have sworn there was another case of the puzzle piece is just after the end or by the end, but I guess I was wrong. I thought I had it that time! But still, I need to actually go back into this level anyway, so maybe I can find it then. But first, I just want to show the next level being unlocked because that kind of relates to what I need to do in here. I have searched everywhere in this level up to this point, and I still cannot find the damn puzzle piece. So unless it's down here, which I'm pretty sure it isn't, but we go down here, there's an air current, but if you hold A when you have Dixie, she can use her ponytail as a propeller. And once you head down here, there are bubbles here, so it refills your air. This is another... I was holding A! This is another new feature. You go into this portal, and I missed some of the bananas. Takes us to... That's it. Damn it, I keep missing Albert! So, because we took the secret exit, and obviously one thing I should mention there is that if you do not get all the Kong letters, I believe, hopefully, I'm not wrong about this, that you have to get all of them in one go for it to actually count. But with the puzzle pieces, the ones you've already collected are saved. So now it takes us to a different level. Personally, with any level that has a secret exit, I'm gonna go for the normal exit first, so I don't miss, obviously, any Kong letters that might be after the secret exit, just to be safe, and then I'll show the secret exit, and that's also just because that's how I like to do things, really. And then I'll probably be playing the regular exit level first, and then the secret exit level second. Well, before I end off this episode, one last feature, Funky's Flying By. Whoa! Long time no see! Welcome to Funky's Flying By! Don't tell me you forgot your pal Funky Kong! I'm here to help you on another epic adventure! Well, where were you during the last game? This time it's Funky who runs the shop, and, well, he's got lives, these green balloons that pull you out of bottomless pits, these blue balloons that give you more air, this capsule machine, which is basically just a gotcha capsule mechanic. You get little figures of the characters. I'm not really gonna bother with this just because it's random and I have really bad luck with it anyway. There's hearts. Better not think much about it because it's just an extra bit of health. This stuff is awesome. I have no idea what it is, dude, but it tastes radical. That fills up your Kong-pow meter. But the way Funky describes it makes it sound like it's a drug or something. Vehicle troubles? It's dangerous to go alone. Take one of these! We haven't come across vehicles yet, but this gives you an extra hit point when you do them. Squawks is basically a metal detector for puzzle pieces. Then you get a Diddy barrel, a Dixie barrel, and the one other type of barrel we haven't seen yet. I'm pretty sure you can tell who it is, but I'll save that as a bit of a surprise for later. And the last thing I'll say before ending off this episode is Funky's mere presence here. In case you haven't figured it out by now, I am playing off of the original Wii U version of Tropical Freeze, rather than the Switch port. The reason for this is simply because I don't have the Switch version of Tropical Freeze. For a similar reason why I didn't get the 3DS version of Returns, just because I didn't think the Switch version had enough stuff to warrant me buying the game again, especially when I believe they sold it at full price, like, you know, the same price that the original game came out with anyway. So I just didn't pick it up. But the main thing there is that in the Switch version, you have Funky mode, where you play as Funky instead. Funky is just essentially easy mode, where he doesn't have any partners, but he has a surfboard, which has all of the partner's abilities rolled into one anyway. So he's just inherently better. I did sort of debate with myself on what to really do about this situation. But since ultimately Funky would have just been relegated to a bonus episode if I was doing the Switch version, I just decided to stick with the original version anyway. So anyway, next time on Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, we're gonna go with the normal exit level from Shipwreck Shore, that being Canopy Chaos. So take care, and I'll see you guys next time.